so we're gonna keep going. We just talk about all the units you can use. The most common ones you see for the absolute value is going to be pixel, and for the relative value, you're gonna see some of them are using a percent for image. Some of them are using rem for some headings size, and VW and VH. Right, we're gonna mix them when we start doing some CSS practice. That is for the font. And now we talk about colors. We already see that I give you some example of colors, like we change something into red, something into yellow, something into green. And the example can be, for example, I see here I can see all the fonts, all the font into color red. It's going to change it into red color. Where is that? Where is my page? Here we go. So it's going to change everything into a red color. All right. That is let me cancel the line height. It's just make it too long. Right. That is red color, and we are also able to using some more complex color. Right. Something called RGB. I'm not sure if you have heard that before. RGB colors. So, by RGB colors, basically what you can do is like you can using three values to adjust it. Let me see. Color HTML color picker. Yeah. So basically you can just pick a color you like, and then see they come up with some RGB values. You can using that. Right. This one website can customize for you. Actually, you can customize it directly with the code. For example, just type RGB. Does it gives you that? I think you need to first enter some values here, like 100, and 100. Right. Mouse. If you move your mouse over it, yeah, you can just pick up any color you like. For example, I want something like this color. I have some. It's combine. It basically combines your color based on the three element colors. Something about art. Alright, three element color like red, green, and blue. I think. It's RGB color. This is why it's called RGB. And you can using that syntax to change the color of your font into some like specific color you want. That's the second way for the color. And the third way, there's also a color, the way the name color called the hexadecimal color. Hexadecimal color. Let's see, hex color picker, just hex color, hexadecimal color. Yeah. So it is some hex values. Like for example, if I want some color like that, it's give you some hex values, like number. It's maybe too small. It's number 42F4EE, something like that. Is some hex color. Again, it's going to be some kind of picker. You can pick a color, and they're going to see the number is changing. You can either using RGB or using the hex. Both of them works. Okay, you just put that inside it, and it's going to work. It's going to work. So usually there are three kinds of color, including this color name, like white, coral, blue, black, or you can using RGB color, three numbers, or using the hex color, which is just some hexadecimals. Both of them works. You can just using either way to change the color. All right. Yeah. Yeah, that is everything about color. Any question about color? So it's three ways: either the color names, or some hexadecimal, or RGB. All right, let's keep going. Background and border. So for background, of course you can use the background color. You can change the background color into white, into yellow, into black. And also you can use something about background image. You can use an image as background. All right. So let me come up with an example. So if you just say, somehow I deleted this one. So if you just say a background color. You can make it like a black. And it's going to change the background into a black color. Or you can even not even see the font. But of course, you can change the font into some other color, like font. Not font, just color. Color is for font color. White. And going to make something. Oops. What? Oh, I forget the semicolon. Always forget something. Yeah. So it's just some cursor side. And also you can just instead of saying background color, you can just say background. It still work. For just change it to some put a color after it. Still change it to another color. And you can also using some background image. Just looking for image online. Let's say there's some image. I don't know, just image. This one. Let's using this one as a background image. Let's using this one. Gonna right click, copy the image address, and inside here I can say background image. All right. So it's gonna be. It's not just gonna be copy. Don't just paste the whole URL here. It's not gonna work. The way it works is background image and then with a URL, and parentheses, and put it in the parentheses with the quotation marks. I think that is syntax. Right? With quotation marks, put it in the parentheses, and it's going to using that as a background. Right? That is the syntax. Background image, URL, and the parentheses, put it and the quotation marks, and put the URL inside it. You can find it in the slides. All right, I already have it in the slides. Background image, URL, parentheses, and the quotation marks, and paste the image URL inside it. All right, you can find it in the slides. And you see, because the image size is not exactly the same as the screen size, so sometimes you're gonna see some like the mix it's kind of like repeated. It's repeated. So we can actually ask it to not repeat it. Just zoom in the image, make the image large by itself. Do not repeat it. So to say that, already put a command in the slides, which is say background repeat, no repeat, and background size just cover, and you can tell it where do you want to room it. You can room it on the top center or center. Top center just the top of the image, but the center position. Horizontally top and center position, and also you can zoom in the center of the center just for the middle of the image. Let's try that. So let's just have these 3 lines copied, put them inside it. Let's make it looks better. So let me make the screen a little bit bigger. Alright, so I have a background. Don't forget semicolon. Right. So I have background repeat, no repeat, background position, top center, background size, cover. So by doing that, it's going to just make it much better. It's just going to make the image itself larger. And by saying this one, instead of top center, you can say center. I think I'm just going to just move the image up a little bit. The screen, the center of the screen is gonna target the image's center, not the top of the center, the image. You can try it out to see. Like sometimes the image looks better on the with the top center. Sometimes it looks better on the center. It depends on the image. Any question? Yeah, I started recording. Any question? You forget semicolon. Put the semicolon after it. Any other question about the image? So you can use a background color or background image, and there's some property you can change. Like ask it to not repeat it, using cover, something like that. All right, let's keep going. We need to fix the lecture this morning. So that is the background color, and and I also have the border. Let's come up with an example of the border. Let's remove the font size for a second, just make it a little more cleaner for us to working with. All right. So, for example, I can have H1. I can say border. What is that? Border border width, border color, and border style. Let's copy this three. Alright, let's copy this three. Semicolon, don't forget semicolon. So I can see I want the border width will be 3 pixels. The larger the border will be wider. And then we have border color is red and solid style. Let's see how it works. This is adding a border to the heading. Right? To the H1. And also I can see I want it to blue color and make it 5 pixel. Let's see I can make it just heavier border and also change the color. And instead of solid, I can also have other values here. I have let's see, it's going to give you some hint. What styles I can choose? I can actually forget. Where's my hint? It's supposed to have some hint for me. Let's see. I have I need to search for that. Border style. CSS. What styles here? Do I have? I can use dash. I can use double. I can use groove. Let's using dashed. Let's using dashed here. So dashed. It's going to be looks like that. Alright, I also have like double. I think it's just 2 lines. Double. Right, double. So you have many styles you can play around with. And that is for the border. And you can also have some shortcut. Instead of saying like everything, instead of making it 3 lines, you can also make everything just in 1 line. Right. So actually, I didn't have an example here. Let's just not do that for now. I'm gonna cover it in the future. So border radius. Border radius, I can just show you. So for example, I can have a border radius. Let's say 5 pixel. Actually, that's too small. Maybe 20 pixel. You can see the difference. See that? Okay, some radius on the corner. And if you say 5 pixel, it just be a little bit. So a little bit to make it looks a little bit better. Just for the angle, make it like a circle. Adding some radius to the angle of it. And also you can use a percent value here. The biggest one is 50%, I think. If you just put 50%, it's gonna be like some circle. All right. Well, you can move the sign up into the middle. For example, you can say text align center. Let's get into the center of the line, I believe. Yeah, it does. Something like that. Text align center. So many properties you can play around with. Alright, I'm going to give a chance later in the afternoon. You can have something to have fun. So let's come up see whatever you can. What else you can do? I just want to show more examples to you. Alright, box model, margin, and padding. So let's come up with example here. Let's go time for example. Let's remove the radius, make the borders solid, 3 pixel. Yeah. Let's start from here. Let's start from here. All right. So the margin. So the margin, you say margin 10 pixel. It's no, it's too small. Like they can make it like a 200 pixel. It's adding some space. Adding some the margin. The margin has margin top, margin bottom, margin left and the right. If you say margin 200 pixel, and adding 200 pixel to the top, bottom, left, and the right, and move it just stand alone. Let's just give some space between it and other elements. Like 200 maybe too big. Let's have 100 here. You see, like just adding some space. You can just number is smaller, you just less space. Number is bigger, it's more space between this one and the other element. And we also have border. For example, border 100 pixel. Not border, sorry, padding. Padding 100 pixel. Oops, not working. Oh, I have typo here. I'll forget the semicolon. And see, even I always forget something. So the padding is a space between the border and the content. That is padding. So any space between the border and the content, that is border. And any content, any space outside of the border, that is margin. Right? So you can tell yourself like if you want to padding some space between the content and the border, you're going to use padding. If you want some space outside of the border, you're using So there's another thing. Let's see. And you can specify, like, maybe I want margin top 100 pixel, sorry, 50 pixel, and margin bottom, margin bottom. I forget semicolon again. 100 pixel. So it will be different space between the top and the bottom. Right, so like only 50 on the top and 100 on the bottom. You'll be able to specify that. And you can see also the margin left and margin right. For example, for the form, for the whole form, I want to make it margin left 50%, 50 pixel. Let's move it to right a little bit. Something you can do that. All right. That's margin. Margin is outside the border, and padding is inside the border, outside of the content. If you do not have a border, actually there's no difference. Let's see. Box sizing. Box sizing border box. Let's see if I can come up with a good example of that. Let's see. Let's see. Let's not get rid of the margin. Let's bring some padding to this H1. Padding. 100 pixel. Let's see if any difference. It's just one. I'm just testing it. Right. I'll come up to this point after lunch. I think I'm gonna do some research to come up with a good example. See if I can make some difference. All right. Let's keep going to the next one. About box sizing, just ignore that for now. Alignment and float. I just showed you can using text alignment, center, text alignment left, and text alignment right to move the text to the right of screen, center of screen, or left of screen. So, for example, a H1, we just play the with one, text align center, text aligned right. Let's move the text to the right. Oops, where is that? It's here. Another page. Move to the right. So you can align it to the center, to the left, or to the right. It's not to the right most because I have some padding there. If I just remove that padding, it's going to go to the right. Alright, adding some padding to there. Yep. That is text aligned, and we can also using margin auto to set stuff into the mid. Let's see if I have any example. We're gonna come up with example of lunch. We just cannot come up with example right now. And for the float, you can do it with images or some inline element. Usually come with some inline element. For example, we have a button, right? We have a button here, sign up button. I can move that to the right with float button. Float, right? I think I can do that. I'm not sure. Yeah, I can. It's go to the right side. It's something like a text align, but some few difference. I'm gonna come up with example soon. I didn't prepare enough example for it. Right. That's just alignment. Alignment usually for text. Float is usually for some inline element. And let's see what else. Just some examples. I just want to show you a lot of things that can change. Yeah, we can make a link looks like a button. Like sometimes you want to click this link, click this button, go to another page. Okay, in detail it is a link, but we can customize, give it the border, give it some background color, customize it, make it look like a button. Right? We can do that. Let's see how we do that. So inside this one we have three links, like term, privacy, and login. If I want to make them into like a button, right? They are linked. Let's make them like a button. So for all the links in the page, I want to say, do I have the code here? Oh no, let's see. So we can say border 1 pixel. Actually, just this one, this 3. Border width 1 pixel. Border color red, and the border style solid, something like that. It's just like that, and give some radius. Border radius. Not right. Border radius. Radius. Yeah, thank you. So 5 pixel. Yeah, let's give some background color. Also red. Not working. Oh, I forget a typo. Background. Yep. And maybe that's not a good color. Let's try to using some hex color here. Let's see. How about this one? Let's just copy that. Right, and let's remove the underline. I can see what's that called? Text decoration. It's called text decoration. None. We should remove the underline. And the color of the font, let's say color white. It's like a button a little bit. And there are other things you can change to it. For example, I can say A. When I mouse over it, I want to change the syntax. It's just A colon hover. When I move my mouse over it, I want to change the background color. That is how I do it. Like I can use in the same color, but make it a little bit darker. I spell it wrong again. Background. Yep, background color. I can make it a little bit darker, maybe like that. Yeah. So by doing that, when I move mouse over, refresh page. No, so it changes. Yeah, this is like a button, right? That is how you customize. You can even add more things for it. Like for example, maybe I want the border to be a little bit white. It's more like some artwork. It's really fun. Actually, maybe darker is better. Like this. Yeah, I don't know. Adding some padding to it. Maybe let's try adding some padding to it. Why is show me the red? Oh, the border style. I didn't have this one correct. Oh, I forget semicolon here. That makes sense. Here we go. And I have some padding to it. Maybe 5 pixel. Yeah, like a button right now. Right? That's just still that's link, but we just made it like a button. Yeah, so that's how you do it. And we can have something like a hover. That means when I move my mouse over it and change something. And we have something like let's say we have a visited, and it's gonna change the style of the visited link. If you have visited link, to change the link of it, change it to something else. We have a active. If this link is active, like how to change style. I actually barely using. I never using the visited active, but I using hover a lot. Like when I move my mouse over, I want to change it to something else. But I never using the visited and active. For example, I use the hover. Hover can be applied more than just the link. You can apply it to anything you like. For example, this button, right? This button, I want to when I move my mouse over, I'm going to change it to another style. For example, I can say button. First thing I want to change it when I hover it. When I move my mouse over, I want to say, please change the background color. Just copy this one. Change the background color into this color. Don't forget the semicolon after everything. So let's change the semicolon when I move my mouse over. And also, I want to change my cursor. My cursor into like a pointer like this one. I want to change my cursor. So it's going to be cursor pointer. So by doing that, when I move my mouse over, it's like it's changed to a hand, to a point. It's more like a button. I use hover a lot, but I never, I haven't using. I don't think I have any project really using the visited and active a lot. We're using hover a lot. We're gonna hover looks really good. Okay, that's for link and button. Something you can check, you can play around with, and Any questions so far? I mean, just some examples. You will be practiced. Yep.
Can you line those the text boxes? Can you line them up?
Line them up. Line which one? Any?
The text boxes.
The text.
Where you would type your name.
The email one.
Yeah. Can you shift them over?
Shift them over.
Like tab them.
Tab them.
Make it lined up straight.
Oh, make them like straight.
Yeah. Make it a line straight. Not in a straight line like that.
So they all start at the same point. They line up vertically.
Input.
You mean the input starts from top and go to the bottom?
You see how email got the spacing in the back? Shift it over so the space is in the front.
Do you mean? Give me a second. Do you mean something like, for example, if I change the label into display block, make it instead of inline, we change it to block, and do it mean like that?
But that works.
That works.
Computer, and then now change block to align center.
Line.
Align
Well, we can just change the whole form into a center if you want, like something like a form, text, align, center, something like that. Okay, even giving some border if you want, but it's all up to yourself. It's all up to yourself. Border like 1 pixel, solid, red, not red, black. That's just that's just the same thing. Like when you see width, border width, border color, and border style, just put everything in one line. Make it shorter way to write it. Something like that you can do. Maybe not good, but it's some. That's something you can do, right? Border, radius, play around. It's actually very interesting. Very interesting. You can play around with it, and you can even see like for all inputs. For I want to change its width 100%. That make it longer, maybe too long, like 90%, or something like that. You'll be able to enter. I want to move the label back, text align back to the left, something like that. Some padding, left, 50 pixel. Maybe too much. 40 pixel, something like that. Play around with it. Yep. Let's keep going. So navigation menu. That's just some example for you to how to create a navigation bar. You will be able. If you just copy the code inside the HTML, you will see how it looks like. You just do not want to waste the time, but I already provide the code here to create a navigation menu. It's going to be come up with something like the M symbol one, like this one on top, like the top menu. How to create the top menu like that. All right. We're gonna see examples when we do our first project. But I'll just paste the code here. We just have some ideas. Let's see what else we have. Inline block. I just showed you. Like if you just change the display to block, it's just going to be take the whole line. If you change the block, change the display into inline, just become inline element. You'll be able to use CSS to change that. Right, inline block. And there's also something called inline block. It is inline with some block property. You don't have to use it right now. Let me come up with an example in the afternoon and show you how it actually means. I just don't have any examples for that. Position, yeah, position. So position I use very much a lot in the when we're using the navbar and images. Let's say an example. Let's say example. Let me put an image inside our sign up page. Let's put an image here. Let's put an image here. It's looking for image online. Some images. Like just this image, right? This image. Let's copy this image address. Copy image address. Yeah, image address. So let's say image source equals to this. Yeah, this image. So we actually can change the a what I say. We can change the position of the image by position value. For example, let's say. Right. So let's say we can say style image position of the default one is relative. It's just going to be put whatever you put it as, but we can change it to something like a sticky, and then see I say top like a 0%, 0. So by doing that, it's actually it's gonna be stick on the screen. Right, it's gonna be stick on the screen, the image. Okay, it looks normal, but if you're going down, it's gonna stick on top 0 place. You can say over like a top 50%. I think it's always gonna stay in the middle of the screen. Yes. When the screen gets, that's just do not have enough content there, but it's just stick on the screen. Alright, you can do that. You can also say absolute. It's gonna be absolute always at that place, never move. Let's say it's not related to any others. Doesn't really care about any other element inside this screen, inside this page. Just gonna be you put me here, I'm just in here. I don't care if I overlay with something else or something others, but just absolute position. Right. I think it's sometimes gonna need it when you want to put some advertisement on your screen. It's gonna be overlay something others and it clicks. Well, no one likes it, but just that's how you make it. That's how you make it, but no one like it. I know it. But that's also how that's most of like advertisement is just the way most of websites are making money. Like the Google, the biggest income is coming from advertisements. Like Facebook, those things are all free. They just getting money from advertisements. All right. A position you have absolute, you have fixed. You have a sticky. The fixed is the same thing like sticky. So you have say fixed. It's just going to be some fixed position on the screen. Oops, it's not. That's the file. Oh, same like a fixed is also. Yeah, same like a sticky. So it's still sticky on the screen, but it's also overlay with each other, something like that. Yeah, I'm gonna say a better example using them for something like when we come up with let's say this example here. Take some time to load it. Let's firstly take something. Yeah, we have fixed static, not affected by some others. This TBAR just means top, bottom, left, and right property. No matter you put how much space on the top and left and right, it just doesn't move at all. It's just static. It's always going to be there. Rated, it's going to rate it to the top those top, bottom, left, and right values, and it's gonna if you're just adding top 50, it's gonna move it down, and top and left 50, it's move it to right. You can add any spaces between them. So this navbar here, an example for the sticky. Right, you're gonna put a sticky on top. When it's here, it's not really do anything, but when you scroll down, when it's going to get out of the screen, it's going to be sticky to the place you want it. Well, this is navbar, and same thing here. This calendar is sticky on the left. Sticky on the left. It's a calendar for showing if there's any event coming. All right. So there's some way you're using fixed and sticky. This is sticky because it's going to the position is actually changing. It started from here but changing to top, and by fixed just always going to be here and never moves. Always going to be this place on the screen, never moves. Right, you're gonna see more examples when we're really working on some project. Let's keep going. See what else we have. Visible order and negative margin. Yep. So visibility. Well, we can change something to be visible or hidden. For example, this image, I can say visibility hidden. So like the image is hidden. Right, you can hide something. And for example, I can say this H1. Where is H1? H1 here. I just visibility hidden, and just hidden. See that still takes some space, but just cannot say it. It still takes some space, just cannot say it. It's a difference than if you say display none. Display none is also going to hide the element, but they're also going to remove the space of it. but the visibility is going to keep the space, but just not visible for you. That's the difference between display none and the visibility hidden, right? Yeah, margin can be negative. Sometimes you want some elements to overlay with each other. You can use some negative margin. Like you have the two buttons, two images. Left image you have the negative 50 pixel margin. Right image have negative 50 pixel margin. They're gonna overlay with each other somehow. You barely gonna need it, but just let you know it can be negative. It can be negative. Blah blah. Alright. Div tools introduction. So that is also one of the main reasons I suggested using the Chrome. It's really powerful. It's come up with some div tools. It's really powerful. Let's come up with an example of that. So this is my page. If you go to the right corner here, I think it's more tools, developer tools here, or you can hold Shift Control I to open or close it. And even shorter, you can just using F12 to close or open it. Let's open the div tools. F12. Open the div tools. And in the div tools, basically you can check a lot of things here. What we're going to talk today is about elements. We're going to talk about elements today. So in elements, you will be able to check like the code of everything. See the whole body, and it's going to highlight it for you in the screen. And the image is in this place. H1 is on the top, and the paragraph is here. If you click that, it's going to tell you your current CSS for it, your current properties for it, and you will be able to customize it. For example, I want to say for the I want to see the font size 30 pixel. Does it really work? Description, yeah, it doesn't really work. Oh, it actually works. Yeah, it works. So it's just working like a 12, 13, 15. You can try it out here. Although like once you refresh page, it's gone, but you can just come up with a good value and just copy it to your CSS file. Yeah, actually, basically you can do it for any website. Like for example, this YouTube website, F12. Looking for some element to play around with. Like say I want to change the font size, 20 pixel. Let's say change the font size bigger. I can change the 120. It's too big. I can play around with it. Well, you are the only one will be able to see that, right? You can change that, not others won't see it. If everyone can see it, that's gonna be crazy. so only you can see that. But you can it's help you to test it. You can come up with some good number, maybe 16 too big, 15 is just fine, and then you can just copy that to your CSS file. Help you to develop, save your time. And also it's really helpful when you're trying to looking for some values. For example, you are not sure, like you say, you are not sure is this a padding or margin? You're not sure. Move your mouse over there. You can tell you. So you see, there is a box. Some of them are in, say, scroll down over here. You see on the top, I'm not sure is that a margin or padding. You can tell you. So you move your mouse to the element. It's going to highlight the elements on the screen, and also it's going to colorize it. So the margin is in this current color, this yellow color, and that blue one is the content. If there any padding, it's going to be green color, and you know that it's padding or margin or something else, and you can feel free to change that number. Right? That's help you to looking for stuff and change stuff. F12, yeah, F12 to open the div tools. And click the elements tab, right? Now, when F12, there's a lot of choices here. Choosing the elements, and you can check all the elements inside the screen. Right? You check all the elements inside it, and see there's some green part on the left there. That is padding. And if you just here, you can see I want to change padding 0. It's just going to remove it. Okay, and it's just if you want it, you can just copy it and put it inside your somehow inside your label CSS here. Says padding 0, and it's gonna apply it. It's gonna apply it. Apply it to all of them. All right. That's it for the CSS. And all the examples I give, you can find them in the slides. And today's assignment is not kind of assignment, practice is like first thing you're gonna finish the the linking in the curriculum about CSS. It's gonna help you to review what we covered today. That's CSS. You click that. It's still the same lesson we talked about yesterday, but it's just lesson 3 and 4. 1 and 2 were HTML. Oops, still asking me to log in. Let me log in first. Oops, it's not working. Here we go. Simple. Try to click it. I have to click it again. Curriculum. CSS. So lesson 1 and lesson 2 HTML. Make sure you finish those two. And today's topic was lesson 3 and lesson 4. They are CSS. All right. And once you finish that, I'm going to give you a practice to do this. Where is that? In my Dropbox. To change your sign up page into this style. See how much you can do that. I'm going to give you answers later. I have it in my just right here. Right, this is a style we're gonna come up with. Let's download this file. So I'll give you some hint. I'll put it in the Slack. So the way I give hint is 1 second. Let me show you. Download it. So I have some start file and finish the file. So the finished version is going to be looks like this. All right, this is finished version. Sign up page, and the start page is just this one. Right, I'll share my start file in the Slack. In this file, it actually added something. Right, added something. You can take a look of that. So this is start file. I already put a style tag inside here and give you some hint what you should add for each thing. What you need adding for the star, what you need adding for the body. Background color is what. Underline links are ugly. You can remove the underlines. And the container, what to do for the container, what to do for the form brand, and all those classes and IDs. You can find them inside here. Some here have some IDs. Some of them have some class. You're gonna, according to those class and ID, fill in those blanks. Not gonna be easy. It's actually very tough for the beginners. I know that, and just for you to practice, play around with it. And if once you get into the same style as mine, feel free to change it to some others as you like. But firstly, try to make it exact same as mine. All right. See if you can make it exact same. And maybe tomorrow morning, maybe this afternoon, I'm going to see how the process goes, and I'll give you the answer for that. All right. So I share this file in the Slack. Symbol Slack. Spring 2019. Me sharing that file. This one. Yeah. Let me drag it in. You can upload file. This is a CSS practice. Upload it. So you'll be able to download it from here. All right. You'll be able to download it from here. Where am I? I'm in here. Slack. Oh, Slack. Okay. Yeah, Slack. Click that one, and you'll be able to download the file and start to edit that file. Open it with Visual Code and edit it. And there's something I didn't cover about like box sizing and something about good example of box sizing and well, I forget what they are. But I'll come up with examples in afternoon and give you some examples. All right. You can also research them online. I think they also explain them in the lecture as well. I mean the online course. You can also find the answers inside it. So that's going to be today's task, and I leave this one open here, and let me know if you have any question. And I'm uploading the videos. I'm